So, the good people over at Rockpool Publishing sent us the 2025, look at that, isn't that pretty? Lunar and Seasonal Diary for the Northern Hemisphere. This is the diary that I am working with this year. Rockpool sent me four of them. This is the fourth one. And it was sent to me as a free gift for the purposes of doing an honest review. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And I chose this one out of the four that they sent me that I could work with this year. I did a video on all four of them, but this is the one I'm personally going to use for my practice. And I'm going to tell you why I picked this one when we get inside of it. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please hit me up on my social media. All my information is underneath this video. But at the very top underneath this video, you will find the link to this very book in case you would like to check it out. Okay? So the first thing I noticed when I saw this book was there is paper like this in the front. I assume it's to protect the pages or keep them from bleeding. I'm not sure. And there's one in the back too. So I'm going to take them to the side. I could probably recycle them in some project I'm doing. And then we can see the beginnings of our book. It's a spiral bound, which I like. And as you open it up, on the very first page, we have a quote from Seneca. Now, I've been studying Stoicism philosophy for about a year now, and it's fascinating to me. So, of course, I've come across Seneca because he's one of the top people. So, let's see what he had to say. Let us keep to the way which nature has mapped out for us, and let us not swerve therefrom. Ashe. Now, in the beginning, right here, we have the whole calendar for 2025. And then we start getting into the introduction. There's an introduction, and they tell us how to use a diary. And then they talk about spellcraft. So this book really is for anyone who does spellcraft or is interested in spellcraft. There's a lot of information in here. Spellcasting made easy. So if this is your kind of thing and you're already into this, or if you're learning about this, this can be a lifesaver. Because one of the reasons, remember I told you I'm using this one and I would tell you why? Because it has the times. See that? It tells you what time the moon phase starts. It tells you what time it, goes into. For example, if I want to look at January's full moon, it starts at 5:26 p.m. Eastern time. So I know based on my time zone, that would be 4:26 p.m. So I know what time. And the other three that they sent me did not have times in them. So that's really important to the way I do magic. Everybody doesn't need that. So that's why I picked this one to work with. Now, also, they all have a lot of information, but I just love this. I think it's beautiful. It talks about the moon phases, the tides, all that is majorly important. The only thing I don't like about this is that when you see the pictures, there's only people of European descent. So far, I haven't seen anybody else. And I would like to see that diversity. I would like to see that inclusion of the other members, that are not of European descent, but are still enjoying this book and being the audience of this book. So that's one thing I would change if I was going to do the 2026 version of this. I would just add in some diversity, different body types, different types of people, stuff like that. It doesn't take much, to switch up that energy to be more inclusive. Then they have the astrological signs. I'm Aquarius. Let's see what they say for Aquarius. Excellent for magic concerning polarity, strengthening friendships, change, creativity, science, and deepening spirituality, and for the greater good. So, if you're going to do a spell and you're going to do it in Moon and Aquarius, it would be best to be for one of those things. See? So, they give you a lot of information. And as you can see, we haven't even gotten to the first page of the diary yet. The elements, the directions. Then we have the wheel of the year. This explains each and every holiday. So let's take one holiday and take a look at it. Let's look at the one that's coming up. The winter solstice. Yule and the winter solstice is celebrated between the 21st and the 23rd of December in the northern hemisphere. It is the longest night of the year. The midwinter festival linked to the Christian Christmas. Archetypally linked with the birth of a child of promise and light, Dionysus, Author, Jesus, and Baldur. And those of you who don't know this may be wondering who these people are. Well, winter holidays were celebrated before Christmas, before Christianity, all the way back to the beginning of time. So Dionysus, Author, and Baldur are other children of light stories, mythologies, spiritual teachings that we heard before Jesus. And of course, then Jesus was added to that. Celebrates the return of the sun and thus hope, abundant spells and charms, giving thanks and gifts of goodwill. So if you wanted to do a spell on the winter solstice, a good idea would be an abundance spell or make an abundance charm. And they do this for each one of them. Beltane is one of my favorites. Let's read Beltane. I love Beltane. Beltane is celebrated from the 30th of April to the 1st of May in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the marriage of the goddess and the god. Maypole, phallic and yonic symbolism. Love, magic, and fertility. Weddings and hand fastings. Masculine and feminine balances. I would love to get married. If I ever get married, I would love to get married on Beltane. That would be so beautiful. And then see, some of our pictures are scenery. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? So let's take a look and see what this is. The moon and our body. Oh, this is interesting. How the moon, okay, affects your body. Now, I'm definitely going to read that. That's interesting. See, the one thing I told myself was to read this before the first of the year. Read this part. Because as you can see, this part is all before we even get to the first page of the diary. So I want to read this first. There are some deities of the moon here, in case you want to work with a deity of the moon. Or if you want to see if your favorite deity is of the moon. Okay, here we go here. Our lunar energies. Solar energies, and a crystal for each moon phase. Oh, that's helpful. So that's why I like books like this, because it's just so much information here about the moon, the planets. It's just so much. And then right here, getting clear. So right here is when we're going to get ready. We're going to decide what we're going to do. So we've read everything in the book, and now we're going to write in here our intentions for 2025. And we can do them month by month. See? It really helps you plan. It helps you focus. And if you're somebody who's doing magic or you're learning how to do magic, focus is the name of the game. It's the most important part. There's a gateway ritual here. See? So it takes a lot of guesswork out too, because you could be sitting there thinking, what should I do for January 1st? Well, there's a gateway ritual right there. This would be great for New Year's Eve to set your intentions for the year. Oh, this is so cool. So now every month has a goddess. See? And a spell. There's a goddess for every month and a spell. And it tells you the stuff that you need. Oh, that's awesome. Now, let's come right here. This is the end of the month. So here we are right here, New Year's Eve. What is going on New Year's Eve? Let's see. I wish I could. Can I bend this back? Yes, I can. Okay. That's good. I need that. Okay. Alright, so if you notice, each part has the moon phase right with it. New Year's Eve spell. Okay. So I'm going to try to get it to. I'm gonna try to get it to sit, and then I'm gonna tell you. If you want to read it to yourself, you can screenshot it, but I'm gonna read it from here. New Year's Eve spell. Set your intention for 2025 now if you haven't already. Cast the spell with Jana and Janice of the Gateway. Oh, that was the one we just saw, the Gateway spell. Or mark the end of this year with a small ritual of gratitude before you go out to celebrate. Just a simple candle lit with intention and a special honoring of all the energies or deities that assisted you this year is a great start. Okay, all right. And now here we go. January 1st. Welcome to the new year. It's a waxing moon. Catch the wave of global fresh start, new beginnings energy. Here is your chance to cast big magic. Okay. So, as you can see, there's not something written every day. There is a moon phase for every day, and most days there's something. Friday was named after Freya, the Norse goddess of love, war, and magic. And then, of course, more of the moon phases. Now, one of the things I like a lot about this, look at this. I like this a lot. They tell you the time on January 13th on a Monday. The full moon is going to be in Cancer at 5:26 p.m. Eastern. Set intentions for your hopes and dreams now. Let go of limitations. Awesome, right? So that's why I like this. I like it mostly because of the time. Now, out of all the four books that they sent me, they were all awesome. They sent me, and you can see them on my channel, all four of them. They're all awesome. They all are beneficial. But this one is the one I'm going to work with because of the time. So if you're somebody who wants time in your date book, your diary, moon times, and stuff like that, this is definitely going to be the one for you. So you continue on. Here's our Will of the Year, February. So, like I said before, they have great artwork. All the moon phases you need. Plenty of space for writing too. So if you are going to do a spell, let's say you're going to do a spell on February 12th on the full moon, you have plenty of room to write down what you need and what the spell is. Focus on building your inner strength and esteem. So you have plenty of room. You have plenty of room to write. You have plenty of room to, put down. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I really enjoy the nature scenes. I really love that. So you have plenty of room. And under each section, there's a different goddess. There's a spell. And it helps you to focus. To focus your magic. It's color coordinated, as you can see. April's in red. So I went out Durga, yes. She's a goddess of July, yes. Yeah, as soon as I saw this, and I know a lot of these guys and goddesses, but if you don't, that would be really helpful. And if you do, you get more information on them. Isn't that awesome? I love this one so much. This is definitely the one I'm going to be using. Oh, and it has a ribbon for you to mark your page. That's always helpful. And then we go all the way to the end. This is back in December. At the end of the book, there's moon phases and some resources. So, and here's all about the author, if you want to know more about her. So she has Oracle. I knew I had some of her Oracle decks right here. I have Queen of the Sun and I have Wishcraft. Wishcraft is really beautiful. And I just reviewed Queen of the Sun. I have Deep, Dark, and Dangerous too. I love Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. So she has great oracle decks as well as books. So this is my book. It's going to be me in this book for 2025. So if you want to take a look at it and maybe get it for yourself, check out the link underneath this video. And you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.